Team, today I'm thrilled to welcome a true titan of the entrepreneurial world, Andy Elliot. Known for his groundbreaking work as a sales trainer and the visionary CEO of the Elliot Group, he has trained over 11,000 companies and 600,000 salespeople. Andy, can you share the story of your entrepreneurial journey? Like, what were the key turning points that led you to establish the Elliot Group?
Yeah, so super important because everybody wants to talk about what's happening today. And I love the highlight reels, right? Where we're like, this guy, he's been in business 3 years, 4 years. He's got a $160 million company now. He's killing it. Wow. Hey, I always ask people that are doing big shit. I'm like, hey, tell me about when you were sleeping in your car.
Hmm.
Like, tell me about when you didn't believe in yourself. Tell me, when everybody left you, when you got betrayed. What'd you do then? Because that is really what's going to determine whether you ever make it here or even way further than that. So I want to start by telling you really quick that everybody's qualified. This is super important. So whether it's Adam and you're a good looking guy like Adam, or you're like me and I'm not a very good looking guy, but I want to tell you something. I can get in good shape.
Hmm.
Okay. The better shape I get in, the better good looking I get. The better I can persuade, sell, influence, paint pictures, tell stories, the more attractive I become. Okay. So if you can get in good shape and you learn sales and you learn leadership and you're not afraid, you're going to do really good and you're going to be an attractive person and you're going to fucking draw a lot of people in. So I just want to say that to everybody. So no matter who you are, you need to become somebody different because until you change, nothing changes. So
Hmm.
if you're watching this right now and you're like, hey man, I love watching Adam or I love, watching people who win. Look, those people made a decision to change. Okay. If they would have showed you who they were before who they are now, you wouldn't be interested in them. You wouldn't have liked them, but they changed. So now you like them. So it's super important that we know my mom left when I was 2 years old. Now, by the way, like the only reason why I'm saying this is because I grew up without a mom. So like a lot of people have a lot of shit that a lot of people that don't have. I grew up without a mom. My dad was always busy working and shit. I had 5 brothers and sisters. Jerry Springer is a show that was in the United States. And I say my life was like Jerry Springer growing up. It means that kids were raising kids. I
Hmm.
had no mentor. Nobody told me, oh, Andy, one day when you grow up, you're going to be successful. What do you want to be? None of that shit. It was like, dude, it was like stay out of jail, get a job if when you get older. Like that was the best advice. Now at 18 years old, I graduate barely with straight D's. They pass everybody in school now because I shouldn't have passed. I'm telling you, I didn't go to school. I didn't do a good job. But I'm going to tell you this. I could have done a good job had I had a good mentor, somebody to influence me and a good leader in my presence. So I believe we're going to start out with the beginning of this call with the power of proximity. Okay, you'll become a sum of the 5 people you hang out with the most. I hung out with losers, so I was a loser until I was 18. I didn't want to be a loser, but I didn't know what winning even looked like. So I want to tell everybody that once you hear this podcast, once you understand now that you don't have to stay a loser, now you get to make a decision. And now you need to go surround yourself with good people who want to win. And that may mean running alone for a while because you can't find them. But if you're doing the right things and you are changing, those people will come around because it's the law of attraction. You'll find those people and they'll find you. But at 18 years old, I got a job selling cars. Now, listen, everybody needs to understand this. Everybody, if you're taking notes, write this down. Find your vehicle. Find a vehicle that has a level 10 earning opportunity. Now, I want you to understand what this means. A level 10 earning opportunity means this. If you can create a level 10 skill, you can make level 10 money.
Hmm.
Now, at 18 years old, I'm dead broke. I've never had more than $5 in my hand. Any opportunity was an opportunity. Okay. But I wanted to find my way out, but for a guy that was a loser who didn't look very good, who wasn't in great shape, who didn't have money, who never had a strong mindset, who didn't have a good work ethic, who literally was just a chunky kid. Like, how am I going to have an edge or an advantage over kids that had money, had cars, had good parents, had good leadership? But now that's where it goes into being the underdog.
Hmm.
Underdogs destroy Goliaths every single day as long as they'll put the work in. And that's what this is about right now, is that if you want to take anybody out, you're going to do exactly what I'm about to tell you to do. 18 years old, I get a job in sales. Guess what happens? Day one, I got lucky. Everybody that's in sales, you've known somebody that got lucky. They showed up. They took the right call. They didn't even have to do a good job. That guy was going to buy anyways. There was a guy that was coming in to buy a car, and I'm in the automotive space. All right. And I'm not an automotive sales trainer. I train every industry, but I started at 18 in automotive, which is where I made my wealth when I was young. I'm going to tell you how fast you can make it and how everybody on this call, if you're watching this, you can make as much money as you want, as long as you'll find a level 10 earning opportunity and create a level 10 skill. Okay. So here's how it happens. Adam, I go into work. It's my very first day. This guy comes in to buy a car. I shake his hand. I walk him out, throw him the keys. He drives it, says, hey, I'll take it. I do nothing right. I build a rapport. I was nice to the guy, so he stays with me. I got lucky. It's called a lay down, whatever you guys call it where you're at, but I got really lucky. I go to the manager, and the manager gives me two options. He goes, ask him if he wants to do option A or option B. This is when I'm showing him the numbers. And option A was a monthly payment and a down payment. Option B was a monthly payment and a down payment. Now, obviously, I'm not aware of money. I don't understand money. I don't understand interest rates. I don't understand nothing. I'm illiterate. I'm ignorant. I'm a dummy. I know nothing. Now, this right here can show you that even if you're a dummy and you're willing to work hard and have a good attitude, you can make a lot of money. Okay, in sales, which is why sales is the way to get rich. And you can get really good and then make a lot, but you can also make a lot when you're not very good. If you got a good attitude, you show up and you put the work in, which is what a lot of people don't do anymore. Okay, I present these numbers to this guy, Adam, and he goes, what's the interest rate? And I remember, I go, the interstate? And I'm going to tell you how stupid I was, because the interstate's what we call in the United States, the highway. I'm like, the interstate? And he goes, I'll do option B. He can clearly tell I'm not lying to him. I'm illiterate. I don't understand, but I'm a nice guy. So he goes, I'll do option B. Just moves right around it, signs the paper. My boss goes, shit, Andy, get this guy back in the finance office now. I don't even know what that means. I take the guy back to the back. Guy prints the papers. Guy comes out, takes his car and leaves. My manager pages me and goes, Andy Elliot sales tower. And I want everybody to understand this is where my life changed. And this is why this guy that you're here today with is here. Because my manager goes, Andy, do you know how much money you just made? And I said to him, if I just made $5 to go buy a Subway sandwich, I'm fucking starving. I'm like, I ain't eating a day and a half. I have no money. He gave me a ride to work. I'm starving. He goes, dude, you just made $1,700. And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, dude, you just made $1,700. And I go, by talking to that guy for 2 hours? He go, yeah. And I go, oh shit. And right then, my veins start operating different. My mind goes, my eyes light up. And I'm like, son of a bitch, this is my way out. This is it. I don't need a degree. I don't need to kiss anybody's ass. I need to work hard, show up, get good at sales. I need to become a good speaker. I need to get good at word tracks. I need to learn how to shake people's hand, look at them in the eye. I got to learn to be a good person. I need to wake myself up and realize that the old me is dead. Nobody knew this new man from this point forward. Now I'm going to tell you what I did. I bought every cassette because this is 1999. I bought every cassette. I bought every CD. I bought everything that I could get. VHS was back then. Every DVD player, everything I could get, and I watched it all. Everything in self-development. It could be a preacher on a pulpit that would be teaching and preaching, and I would watch the way that he would use his hands, his body, his energy. I was watch the way that the preacher would move people to make a decision at the end of the sermon to change their life or give their life to Jesus. I would watch the way that they could get people to make decisions, which is what we do in sales. We help people help themselves. People go to church to help themselves. They want to help themselves. But the preacher delivers the message a certain way at the end. So they say, yes, count me in, I'm here. That's what I came for, to change. And they help them with that. So what I learned is that how I was going to kill it was going to be a great deliverer. And I needed to be different. I looked around at all these other sales guys. Best advice my manager ever gave me. He goes, you don't want to be like them. They're going to tell you you got lucky. You didn't get lucky, son. You showed up to work. You had a good attitude. That guy liked you. He bought from you. Now you're going to need more skill to have dependable success so that we don't create on hope and chances and luck. But that was it. So that day I started my self-development journey. I'm going to tell you, 18 years old, I made 120 grand. I made 220 grand at 19. I made $500,000 when I was 20 years old. Now I want you to understand something. This is super important, Adam. My manager told me the most money that a person could make selling cars in 1999 was about $120,000 to $150,000.
Amazing.
They told me what was possible. I need you guys to understand this. Fuck what they told you. They're liars. They think small. They have low self-limiting beliefs. The guy broke the 4-minute mile. A lot of people broke it after. Question is, are you going to be the 4-minute mile breaker? What are you going to be? Are you the standard setter, or do you let other people set the standard and you follow? I decided that day I was going to be a leader. And you know what, dude? I made about 800, 900 grand selling cars. in my 20s. And then I decided phase two, now you go into leadership. Now, leadership is no matter how good you are, you don't get paid a lot unless everybody else gets really good. So now, Adam, all this skill that I had acquired, I always say this, an individual can be beat, but a team can't be beat. I looked around and I saw all these other companies and I go, dude, I'm better than those teams, but my team isn't better than their teams. So I learned that it didn't matter how good I was. I needed to make my team the best. So every day I did this thing called role play. I know you're in sales when everybody says role play, but people don't fucking do it. I would create scenarios, fake scenarios of 20 or 30 different types of situations that people would be in all day long that I knew that eventually at some point all of my team was going to go through. And I made them role play and pretend like it was a real life situation and they had to overcome it, had to provide a solution, and had to find a way to get through to make the client to say yes. Dude, I made my team role play, which no one does anymore. It's the lost art of sales. And guess what happened? I took myself to making about $2.5 million a year, being a leader and a general manager of a car dealership, which is unheard of. I didn't own it. I was a manager. Money made, money paid. I got good. I built my team. My team was better than me. My goal was, most leaders are like, I don't want to teach my team to be that good. Then what if they leave? Hey, what if you don't train them and they stay and you fucking suck? What about that? How does that feel, idiot? Make them better than you. And by the way, Adam, if I train you and I make you great, you're never going to want to leave me. You're indebted to me. You're like, dude, I can't fucking leave you. Like, you made me who I am. My identity is in you. And so this is where I learned sales. I learned leadership. And I need everybody to write this down. If you're paying attention, you write notes, which clearly on a podcast, if you want to grow, you need to pay attention and write shit down. We're in the era where this is probably free, which is crazy. Dude, alter your identity. I need you to know every day, Adam, I was creating a new identity, a new person. I was reinventing myself. I honestly can see anybody do anything. And if I think that what they're doing is better than what I'm currently doing it, I can model what they're doing and I can make it part of my life. This is the secret to everything, is physical. And by the way, people say, well, that's not really you. No, you're really not who you are anyways right now. You're who you've been around. Bro, like, people are like chameleons and lizards. You hang around losers, you become a loser. You hang around winners, you become a winner. Okay, what do winners do? Winners do things that losers don't do. Just flip what losers are doing. Okay, losers do shit that winners don't do. Winners stay up at night and train. Losers watch TV. Okay, losers don't take risks. Winners take risks every single day. Like, dude, like, losers, you can't criticize. Winners, you can criticize because they say, thank you, I owe you. Now I'm going to be better. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, I'm not good at doing this. I didn't pay attention. I cut you off. I wasn't listening. Thank you for telling me. I'll make sure I grow. Losers get mad. They can't look in the mirror. They don't want to notice any of that. They want to brush their problems under a rug. Now let's go to my entrepreneur journey. And I want to tell everybody, because I know you're young, Adam. You're 28 years old. I'm 39 years old. I'm 44 right now.
Wow.
I'm 39 years old. I have a great life, bro. I love my life. I'm doing better than everybody said I would do. I'm going to fucking tell you what's going to happen to all of you. And I'm going to tell you the secret and the best advice you could ever receive. Most people self-develop until they hit their dream. I had hit my dream. I had everything I wanted. I had a big, beautiful, multi-million-dollar house paid off cash. My wife had a purse full of cash, 3 beautiful kids, have vacations every quarter. I have everything that I want. Yet I look in the mirror and I fucking don't like me. I'm going to tell you guys why. Because when you stop growing, you fucking start dying. When you stop having a hope in the future and something to look forward to, you decay and die. And at any age, it can happen, whether you're 20 or whether you're 70. So I need everybody to understand the present is a prison. You need to be present where you are. When I go home with my kids, I'm present in that moment. I put my phone down. I'm with my children. But what keeps me thriving and alive is to be there in that moment, but also to look forward to something to come. I love that anxiety race that I've created a dream so big that runs friction through my veins. That makes me think, God, man, I got to fucking get this. I got to get it. I got to have it. Now I appreciate the present, but I'm chasing for the future. Right. And that chase makes me alive. It makes me crazy. It changes my eyes. It changes the way I speak, the way I talk, the way that I articulate my words, the way I believe, how fast I move, whether I execute. You give people advice every day on how to change their life. If they would just execute and take action, they would, and behave differently, they would get everything that you want them to have. They would be doing better than you, but they don't do it. So here's what happened. A couple things happened. And I'm going to say 5 things, and I'm going to tell you, everybody's been a part of one of these things. Number one, I wasn't in physical great condition at 39 years old. My wife walked up to me, grabbed my love handles, and she goes, "You're getting comfortable." First thing, I don't like that shit, because I had ego at that time. I'm making a lot of money. I got her a great life. And she goes, "Dude, I married you so that you would always be a badass." And I never thought, whenever we got our house paid off, the kids were great. You know, I got a purse full of cash. We can buy what we want. You're going to go get fat on me. And I'm like, she's like, "Do you think 39 is old or young?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Because you're acting old. And I don't like it." Okay. So I need you to understand what my wife's job is. My wife's job is to tell me the truth. And she was telling me the truth, and I don't fucking like it. I don't like what she's telling me, because I'm the boss in my company and everybody kisses my ass every day, and she's not kissing my ass. And so I'm having a problem with that, because she's not making me feel special like everybody else makes me feel all the time. She's telling me the truth. And by the way, she gives a fuck about me. Okay. Now, by the way, so if you had food on your face, if I was your friend, Adam, I would say, "Hey, Adam, you got food on your face, bro."
Yeah.
Right. But if I wasn't your friend, I'd let you keep it there. So everybody else was letting me get fat. My wife's like, "Hey, dude, you're getting fat." So anyways, I'm gonna tell you what I did. Number one, I rebelled. I got mad. I go in the garage, work out for 4 hours. I get fucking pissed off. I ain't worked out in months. Now I'm working out in the garage. I work for 4 fucking hours because I'm trying to get mentally fucking healthy. So I'm going to tell everybody watching this, if your mental health isn't on point, you're not hitting the gym right, because the gym is a vitamin for this. And when you do this right, you get in that gym and you pay the rent. By the way, put your fucking technology down.
Yeah.
Put it down. If you're going to listen to music, put your phone on Do Not Disturb and get in the fucking zone, because you need this. If you can't get an hour a day for yourself, you ain't going to give anybody a better life. Well, so then once I got this shit down, and I realized after that 4 hours, I looked in the mirror and I go, "Dude, I don't fucking like me." So number one, I was out of shape. Number two, I realized I looked in the mirror and I don't fucking like me. So I needed to change immediately. So the first thing I do is I had hair. I shave my fucking head. And I never shaved my head, but I was like, fuck it. I needed to see someone different now, Adam, like now, like fucking right now. And I can't change this now, but I can change this. So I fucking shaved my head. I walked back in the house, and my wife goes, "Feel better?" I said, "Yeah, I do." She goes, "Good." She goes, "I want you to go to the gym every day from now on. I want you to get mentally right, and I want you to get fit. I want you to get more fit than you were in your 20s, and watch how shit changes."
Wow.
Now I'm going to tell you what happened. Number one, I started to get in really good shape. And that made me proud of me again. I need you to understand this, Adam. If everybody else is proud of you, from mom and your dad, like, "Good job, Adam. Way to go. Great job." But you don't like you, doesn't fucking matter. I started to like me again, and I started to love me again. And I'm going to tell you, I know it sounds gay. It sounds stupid. People, "Oh, you love you." No, listen, if you want to fucking love everybody around you, if you want to bring good energy to the people you care about, your clients, your customers, your business, your family, and all that shit, you got to fucking like you, dude. Okay. I walk around people all day. I see people that are fucking miserable. They got money and they hate themselves. I like me. I need to like me. It's super important that I like me. I need to be okay with me, and I need to feel proud of me. Now, when that happened, I'm going to explain what happened. Number one, I got really good shape. Number two, I look in the mirror. I like who I am. Number three, I'm being better to my wife. Number three, I'm not only am I being better to my wife, but she's starting to admire me again as her husband, the fucking man she got with. Now I'm acting like a real fucking man again and not a pussy. Okay. Now my children are starting to look up to me and be proud of me. And I was their hero now. I'm like, dude, my son was young. Who was he looking up to? The Incredible Hulk. I didn't look like that. I wanted him to be interested in me, but I wasn't interested in what he was interested in. And my son needed me to be a masculine dude, super loving, super strong. Tell him that, "Hey, you can do anything, bro. And so can I. Look at your dad. I'm doing it too." Now, my son's proud of me. My daughters, I have 2 daughters, they're proud of me. My wife's admiring me. I look in the mirror, I like me. I'm getting in really good shape. Now let's get to business. I go to work. I believe in this thing in sales called money made, money paid, right? Like Adam, you understand, like if I pay you 5% commission, whether you put up 100,000 or a million, it's 5%, right? Like we don't, it's not like, well, when you do a million, it goes to 2%. No, actually when it goes bigger, it should go bigger, right? But when people see people making too much money, they want to go, oh, yeah, but people like you don't make that kind of money. We need to pay you less. What the fuck? What do you mean? I built this. I was here from 7 in the morning till 11 at night. I was motivating these guys all day. I was the one doing all this work. They don't care. They look at what they're paying you and they forget all the work you've done. So I had the owner of the company that I work for called me in and goes, hey, you're making $2.5 million a year. There's no other general managers making $2.5 million a year. It's too much money. So I'm going to tell you this. So he says, I have to pay you less. So you know what I did? I had the courage. At this time, I believed in me. I'm working out, taking care of myself. I said, fuck it. I'm out. I quit. I just quit right on the spot. I go home. My wife goes, I'm so fucking proud of you. I'm so proud of you that you're calling your shots. You're living a life that counts and you're not being a fucking coward. She goes, listen to me. I know that our family needs a job and I know that we have to make money. I know all that. But you've worked your ass off. You've sacrificed a lot of time into that. You've given it all. You care more than anybody. That's fucking bullshit. Good job standing up for what you believe in. The next day, the owner calls me back and goes, hey, dude, come on back to work, bro. We're not going to change your pay. Come on, man. But now I know. Now I saw I didn't need to see that because now I'm like, no, dude, it's like your girl saying, that's like, you got your girlfriend, Adam. She's like, or your wife, I'm just making a point. She's like, I don't know. I kind of like this other guy. And then you're like, what do you mean? And then the next day she's like, never mind, Adam. I thought about it. Fuck him. I want to be with you. You're like, whoa, wait a minute though. See, I didn't know that shit before, but now I know that. Okay. I didn't know you were thinking those things, but now that you're thinking those, it makes me change the way I'm thinking also now. Okay. So at that point, I decided I'm going to open my own business. Now I want to tell you, this is my entrepreneur journey, but you had to understand that, Adam, everything that I'm about to tell you, all these things, they matter because there's a lot of people right now that they're going to be really good at being intrapreneurs and not entrepreneurs. Adam, the entrepreneur takes the risk. They can get sued. They got to front all the money. They spend unbelievable amounts of hours, sleepless nights, money, pain, friction, rejection, nonstop. Everything is your fault, good and bad. There's no one to blame shit on. You want to quit all the time. I mean, all these things of being an owner, and that we'll call that the entrepreneur. The intrapreneur doesn't have to go through any of that. The intrapreneur needs to understand, what is his pay plan? How can I get paid? Help build the team, be the needle mover, blow the entrepreneur up, and then the intrapreneur rides up with them. And you both have a great life and you don't have any of that stress. You can actually go on vacation as an intrapreneur, turn it off and go enjoy. The entrepreneur can't. And by the way, they're like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. Dude, when you're an entrepreneur, you don't get fucking Easter. You don't get Christmas. You don't get vacations. You don't get to turn your phone off. And by the way, if they say you can, they don't own a real business. No. Okay. And if they are doing it, they probably won't own one in a year. Okay. Now, as much as I want to just tell the truth and get that out of the way, the build is the bitch. I'm sure after 10 years, there's probably people that you put in place and great people that come under your company that allow the entrepreneur to live a better life. Okay. But in the first 10 years, it is absolute hell. But I'm gonna tell you how fast I moved and then you can ask any questions, but I want to move quick because I think this story that I'm telling you is like, some people need to say, hey man, I don't want to be an entrepreneur or I want to be, but I don't want all that shit. Could be an entrepreneur because there's guys like me and Adam that we'd love for you to come work for us. We'd love for you to be loyal. We won't lie to you. You don't lie to us. We'll be loyal to you. You be loyal to us. We'll give you a life you never had. You give us a life we never have. We're going to have two-way street this bitch and we're going to go kill it. But I've never been on social media, Adam. Never been on social media. I don't even understand this camera, this phone. I'm an introvert, Adam. Now, when I'm at work, I'm a badass, right? Like that's my place. I'll kill you. But like once I go outside of my building, my office, like I don't want to talk to anybody. So when I started my own business, my wife goes, let's open a sales training company. You've always been really good at teaching sales. You've always been good at sales yourself. You have you've made a lot of money in sales, so it's a proven. She's like, but now, and you're actually really good at teaching other people. And she goes, Andy, you actually love teaching people. Like you have been your happiest when you've always been training. She goes, you find more joy in helping other people make money than you making money, which has always made you good money by watching them make a lot of money. She goes, so why don't we build a fulfilled life? We call it a fulfilled life of you doing what you want, which I call heaven on earth, make a lot of money and get paid well to do it. Let's build a real business. I don't know that how big it can get, Andy, but I know this. You're a psycho competitor. So everybody's taking notes. I'm a psycho competitor. I'm fucking psycho. Okay. She's like, let's get psycho. Let's get out there. What you're not good at, people are going to laugh at you. Get prepared for everybody to make fun of you, Andy. Totally cool. But I need you to cut the leash. I remember those words. When my wife says, I need you to cut the leash, she gave me permission to go rip fucking throats out. Now, I want to tell you something. I need that. And as a man, if there's women watching this, you're a man, more than money. If you say, hey, I believe in you, go get them. Your guy will go crazy. They need that from their woman. They don't need you. Oh, hey, let's watch a movie. No, you like, baby, you're a savage. It's almost like a mother or a dad telling their child who they are. But Andy, you're a savage. It's time to go to war. People don't believe in you. Everybody's doubted you your whole life. Everybody's bet against you. Go rip their fucking throats out. I'm like, okay, babe, game time. And so 30-second story. We get on social media. We have nothing. I get made fun of. I cut all my friends off. Everybody that I thought was with me on this first 39 years in life, I realized that those people were not going to be with me no more. It's so crazy that when people see you going to chase something that they could have done themselves but didn't have the courage to do, when you go to do it, they're going to make fun of you and they're going to hate you. Your new people that find you, your new audience, will appreciate you and love you more than people that have been with you your whole life. New people will love you more than your people have been with you for 20 years. You've outgrown these people. These people can't change. And when you change, they don't like that. So I decided, like, we're going to go find a new family. We're going to go find a new life. Me and my wife started our business. We moved across the country. We started that sucker up. 3 years later, we get about 160 million views every 28 days. So I want you to understand this. I'm in the United States. There's 380 million people. We get 360 million views every 28 days on social media. That's fucking insane. That's Andrew Tate type algorithm shit. I opened my Instagram a year ago. We were at 1.1 million followers this morning. I've never bought a follower. I've never done anything. All I do, I'm going to tell you my secret. I tell the truth and I live to help other people fucking recreate and change. I'm here for the lost. I'm here for the underdog. By the way, Adam, you're not here for rich people. Now, can rich people do business with you? Absolutely. You're totally cool with it. But you're there for the masses. The masses are for the people that don't believe in themselves or that have had setbacks, that have had problems, that have had rejection issues, that are broken people. And that's really the masses in this world. And that's what I decided, that those are my fucking people. That's my tribe. And I'm these people, they love the truth. Okay. I mean, it's kind of weird when somebody's like, dude, you're fucking a piece of shit, right? Like, that's not what I do. I'm like, no, dude, you're fucking capable of being a badass, but you self-sabotage yourself every day. You're a fucking traitor here to you. I'm not a traitor. Nobody else fucked you over. You fucked you over. You keep fucking you over here. You're the problem, dude. Now let's fix your ass. And by the way, I want to teach you sales training, but I go plug your ass in a fucking gym. And I say, go do that for an hour and then come out and see me. Then they come out, bro, and they're dangerous. Yeah. So anyways, Adam, but that's my entrepreneur journey. 160 mil in 3 to 4 years. We're on our way to $1 billion. We're growing like crazy. I've got the best influencers 3 years ago that I would look up to, from Ed Milet to Andy Frisella to Tim Grover to Bradley to David Goggins to all these big influencers. These guys are all my buddies now. Yeah. They're all, like, bro, you can do anything, man. Just don't ever quit, bro, and get crazier every day. Just stay crazy, man. And by the way, I'm going to give you one reason to do it. Because other people out there, they want to do the same thing, but they need a good example to fucking follow. They need a good example. So like, Adam, if I could be something to you, you're half my age. Okay. I'm like, bro, I want to fucking get you to do what I'm doing now at your age. What a fucking mission, dude. Because I wish that when I was your age, I had someone who was in their 40s telling me, but I didn't. I had people that were like, oh, dude, go get drunk. Oh, your girlfriend doesn't like you. Fuck her, bro. Dump her ass. Yeah, let's go fucking do some drugs. Or you know what? Let's go steal. Hey, if we can't do it right, we'll just steal. Like all this bad advice We're in the era of the worst leader in the history of time, which is why my number one goal is to create more leaders. And bro, this is how we're going to change the world, bro. And it's not going to happen politically. It will happen from influencers. It'll happen from what we're doing. And me and you are going to have to hold the example and not be frauds and really live the way that we're telling people to live. And if you can do it, you're going to show other people that it's possible. And that's all they need. They just needed an example. And they need to see you every day keep your word. And anyway, so now it's yours. But that's my journey, because I want to tell it to you, because if anybody's resonated with some point, and that, by the way, I want to say one more thing, because this is important to me. I love God. I am a Christian. I love God. I have a bad mouth. People are like, oh, you cuss a lot, you can't be a Christian. Dude, I got a good heart. Okay. I always say this: examine the heart. Okay. God says, I know the heart. David in the Bible was a man after God's own heart. You know what that means? That means this, dude. I know a lot of people that have perfect mouths that go around and they say shit in public and they're perfect, and behind closed doors, they are dark, nasty ass people.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the deal. Who you see I am right now is who I am. And I love anybody. I will give anybody here anything that I can give you. I will help you. I will die for you. But I do get wiry. I do flip tables over. I do get pissed off whenever fucking people don't change. I do want to beat people's asses sometimes, hypothetically, because they don't wake up and they're letting their whole families down. And I think that they should be fucking pissed, because like, I thought they were going to be the one that was going to change their family's lives, but I guess it's not. I guess it needs to be someone fucking else, man. It's just a shame, you know? So anyways, back to you, big dog.
I love that, brother. Like for me as well, like I'm Christian, and I feel like when I found God and when I found that in that space, it changed my whole life, my whole business, my whole relationship. I
Everything.
mean, for yourself, brother, how does that, I guess, impact the culture at Elliot Group?
With God?
Mm.
Well, with God, we're talking about God, number one, we pray together every morning.
Beautiful, man.
If you've ever seen me during events, seminar events, right?
Mm.
So we get a couple, you need to come to one of our events. So we get a couple, watch this, I'm gonna show you something. We get a couple thousand people every month. So we do events a couple times a month here in our Scottsdale, Arizona location. And when we do, I pray over everybody for every meeting. I want you to see something. Ask just one prayer. Just break us of our weaknesses. I ask today that you keep us open-minded. I ask today. This is in a seminar, right? Seminar. I got 1,000 people in front of me, and I say, God, everybody right now, whether you believe in God or not, you're going to pray with me. And I'm going to pray with all of you. God, break us of our weaknesses. That's all I ask. I ask that you allow us to be open-minded. And while we're in this room today and we took time away from our family and the people we love, that we come with a renewed mind. You said the old is gone, the new has come. I pray that when people leave here, they believing that they can do anything and they can, and that they're the example and that they change. And that's it. And bro, like, listen to me. People leave, man, and they're just set free. Like my wife said, cut the leash. Like, let go, bro. Like the old is gone, the new has come. So it's so crazy how the Apostle Paul in the Bible took the Bible the furthest, but yet he was Saul, the Christian killer in the past. And I just want to say this, that I don't care about who you are. I don't care about what you've done. I don't care about who you burned. I don't care about the mistakes you made. I don't care what happened. Don't even tell me. I don't need you to explain it. I don't want to know. What I want to know is, who do you want to be and what do you want to do? And that the most lost people, most broken people, most sick people, most craziest people are usually the people that actually have the courage to go help people that have been through the same shit they've been through, and they can help them through it because they changed. They're the ultimate disciple. So, this is the ministry to me. I don't call it that, but it is. Like, I've changed more people's lives than any church by literally getting on social media and by getting people's attention. And then, by the way, at the right time, I'll say, by the way, if you want to know, God is the foundation of my life. Not telling you that you should believe in him, but I will tell you that if you want peace and if you want to be the most powerful son of a bitch that ever lived, just go try it out. Just, whatever, right? Like, just go plug in somewhere, And so anyway, so I wanted to say that, and hey, I want to give you permission. People say, look, I don't talk politics because I think politics are all fake anyways. I think it's all a rigged game. So it doesn't matter. That's what I think anyways. But I want to tell you, that's why I don't talk that. But I will tell you that I do talk anything that I believe in. I talk to my audience about, and I want to explain why you should do the same thing. People say, well, if you talk about you're a Christian, you might run people off. Fuck it, run them off. Who, what do you want to be around fake people anyways? Why do you want, dude, listen, there's 9 billion people in this world. Bro, you don't need to find any audience that's not your audience anyways. The more authentic and true you can be to who you are, the more that your people will love you because you stand firm in who you are, unswerving, unwavering.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good one. So I'm just telling you, like, whatever you're wanting to do, just fucking do it, dude. Like who cares?
Man,
Doesn't matter.
I'm really blessed to have a relationship like I have at the moment with my partner. We're obviously engaged. She's from Brazil. And I see that
Awesome.
you obviously have the most beautiful wife as well. Man, a lot of
Yeah.
people out there, having the wrong woman or the wrong man could damage your whole life, your whole business, your purpose, everything. How do you,
Yeah.
what are tips, man? What are tips like when you look for women or you look for men, like, or how do you foster a relationship like you have or like I have? And any
Well,
tips?
number one, so my wife, so she's right here, baby. Say what's up.
Hi,
What's
sorry.
happening?
Yeah, but she's always right here with me. And I want to tell you something. One of the mistakes that I made. So one time my wife told me that she's learned to live without me, right? Because all I was doing was believing that if I was successful,
Mm,
right, and I made a lot of money, then that would make her proud of me. When really, ultimately, that did not make her proud of me. That made her actually resent me because she was actually not number one anymore. So I'm going to give you the biggest secret. If women and men, they all just want to be number one.
mm,
With your girl, you want to be number one to her. You want her to kill it in business. You
mm,
want her to have good friends. You want her to make a lot of money. You want her to go to the gym and work out, but you want to be number one.
mm,
You want to see all this energy that she's given to all these other things. You want to feel that she gives a super special energy to you. And I learned that my wife just wanted to be number one. And
mm,
honestly, I would go home. I'm going to give you an example. I would go home and I'd be like, hey, oh, babe, we're going to fucking kill it at work today. We're going to grow this. We're going to get in good shape. I'm going to do this. But never did I go home and I was like, babe, we're going to grow our marriage today. Yeah. That never happened. That wasn't, it was never, we're going to grow, but it was always, I'm going to grow all this. So number one, I'm saying which means she's not coming with me. Okay. And anything that she's not a part of, she's not going to support.
mm.
So if you want to, if you want to not have your wife support or your spouse or your partner or your person. So the biggest thing is this, if you're looking for someone, I think it's super important to lay your goals out up front. And I would say like, Adam, like, this is me. I'm like, hey, Adam, it's super important that, I stay an entrepreneur. It's super important that I self-develop every day. It's super important that I go to the gym. And these are things that I can never give up on. So whoever I'm with, I need you to know that, like, I can't quit entrepreneurship. I can't quit working out. I can't quit, this stuff, because if I quit this stuff, there's a good chance I'll quit you. So
Mm,
like, I need you to know that if we're going to be together, that like you support my dreams, and I need you. I want you to be a part of them too. And I need you to never let me quit them. And I'm never going to quit them. But I want you to know that like, these are things that are important to me. And I believe today that these are lifelong things for me. And
mm.
like, you need to lay it down up front. And these are your non-negotiables. And look, and hey, people change as time goes, but I think people just don't tell people what they want anymore. And they're afraid. Like, dude, don't be afraid. Lay it out there. Tell people what you want. And by the way, be ultra direct. Be so direct. Now, be willing to change. Things can always get better. And by the way, my wife's a superpower, dude. And when I'm close
Yeah.
to her, when I'm with her, I mean, we feel like we can do anything. And dude, you're going to fuck up. Here's another deal. You're going to make mistakes. And listen, if your car runs out of gas, what do? Put more gas in it. Okay. Well, I see people all the time. They're in a relationship, and when they have a bad day or a fight, or the relationship's running out of love, instead of putting more love into it and fueling it again, like they fucking split apart. Like, dude, you're just going to go repeat a cycle your whole life. If you find someone that supports you, that's good, that was once your best friend, you're just not putting anything into that relationship anymore. That's why it's not rolling. It's not doing well. So I always say, whatever you put into something is whatever you get out of it. If you go into the gym, you don't work out hard and you don't do force reps, and you just half-ass work out, like, you're not going to get in better shape. Just
Yeah.
because you got a gym pass and you showed up doesn't mean anything. Just because you go to the house every day, you see your girl at night and you guys eat dinner together, doesn't mean you're falling more in love with each other. You're on fire. You got to intentionally keep dating each other, keep intentionally putting good. It's just like having a team. Every day I come into my team, dude, I got to show up as a new motherfucker every day. Hey, every day that I show up for my audience, right, are people that follow us. My Instagram's growing like a motherfucker. I grew 225,000 new followers in the last 28 days. I was 270, but I had like 45 drop off because you're always going to have a churn rate. So I at 225 was my gain. Now I want to tell you this. How could I gain 225,000 followers on Instagram in the last 28 days? Total, how could I get? We just hit 1.1 this morning. How could I do that? Well, it's easy because every day I'm not going to let my fans outgrow me. Motherfuckers, you think that you like me? Wait till you see what I'm going to bring you tomorrow. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing with my marriage. I'm doing the same thing with my kids. Motherfucker, you thought you saw something today? Wait till you see tomorrow. So every day I have my priorities in place. I've got my wife, I got my kids, I've got my fitness, I've got God, I've got my team, I've got my business. Motherfuckers, you're not going to outgrow me. So I think that everybody's taking notes should write down like, you're not going to outgrow me. Like you need to let everybody know, like if you think that what you saw today you like, wait till you see me tomorrow. And by the way, that's also for my haters. Like you don't like me now? Like fuck. I got a show tomorrow for you. And that's it, bro. That's the deal. So anyways, whatever you put into something is whatever you get out of it. So if something isn't thriving and it's just surviving, it's because you're not paying attention to it. And when you don't pay attention to something, by the way, if you and your girl get into a fight, there's a good chance that you're probably not paying attention to her. So she's going to do bad shit to get your attention.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? Like she's going to fucking piss you off and you're going to be like, why are you being this way? And she's like, well, I want your fucking attention.
Yeah, of course.
So I'll get it good or bad, but I'm going to get it either way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's like, dude, just like, you're the leader, lead.
Man, 100%. I mean, as we wrap up, I guess my last question for you, man, I've obviously done a lot of the sales training. I've had dinner with Jordan Belfort, and I really love this space. And I feel like everyone's got their own type of, different direction and strategies around objection handling. I guess for yourself, what would be your, like, I guess, foundational approach in objection handling, and how do you teach your team and the people that join your programs?
Well, it's simple. Number one, and if you're taking notes, write this down, keep the client's goals at the center of their decision. So when you go to ask somebody to make a decision, take the things that they said that was important to them and wrap them into that decision. It's very, very simple. Okay. People already want to make a decision. All they need to do is hear and find out that your product achieves what they're already after. If somebody requested some information on life insurance, I'm just giving an example, right? Well, it could be like, hey, Adam, do you want me to tell you how I know if life insurance is right for you? Yes or no? Do you want me to tell you? Whether you should buy it or not buy it? Do you want me to tell you how I know if it's right for you? In the last 30 seconds of your life, if you had an opportunity before you pass to look up and know that the family you love, your children, your wife, the people that you care about would be left with a tax-free check, knowing on the worst day of their life when you're gone, they're not going to be financially burdened. Do you want to make sure that they receive a tax-free check after you're gone so they're taken care of, so no one else has to come in, no other man has to come in and take care of them? They can take care of themselves because of the decision you made. Yes or no?
Mate, you can't say no to that. Of course.
That's how I know that life insurance is right for you. Let's go ahead and get this set up. How do you spell your full name?
Mate, boom.
Yeah, big dog. That's how I sell, bro. People are like, hey, listen, let's say I'm selling gym memberships. Okay. Adam, you come in, you're like, I don't know, man. I've gained 30 pounds this last year. And I'm like, okay, look, hey, I've got this program. It's X, Y, and Z. This is what it's going to do for you. It's $2,500. Let's go. And you're like, I don't know, man. Let me think about it. Hey, I totally understand. Listen, maybe joining this program isn't right for you. Look, I've had clients that need to wait and leave, and then they come back 30 pounds heavier, or even 60 pounds heavier a year or 2 years later, and then they want to take action, and we've got to dig them out of a hole 3 times bigger. Listen to me and you wouldn't be having this conversation today if there wasn't a change that you wanted to have. Can I ask you one question? How do I know if this is right for you to take action or right now or not? If you were in your dream body right now, the one that you couldn't see and you can't see, but if we could see it and you had it, what would that feel like? What would that do to your confidence? What would that do when you were getting dressed and going to work or going on your date or hanging with your kids? How would your children look up to you? How would your husband look up to you? How would you feel about you? You feel it'd be amazing. Well, so what would that be worth to you? Everything, right? I don't need everything. I just need you to say yes right now, believing that you're worth it. And then I'll take all the guesswork out of it and I'll ensure that you have that body. And if I can guarantee and ensure that you have that, and that's what you get, and you never have to, because if you don't change, nothing changes. You need to explain everything this way to everybody that you're selling. They're already after it. So you take their goals, what they want, what's important to them, their dominant buying motive, why they reached out, what triggered them to request information or whatever. And then you keep those goals at the center of the decision. Like I could ask you, hey, why are we on this podcast? And it'd probably be because you want to grow your audience. You want to bring more value to the current audience that you have right now, but you also want to grow. But also there's things that I may be doing that you know that you also want to do. So you want to spend time. You may feel that watching social media content and learning from somebody isn't the same as having a real conversation with them. And so that's worth something. What's it worth for you not to know? What's it worth for you not to know what I'm doing? I mean, dude, like I always tell people there's two kinds of cost. The cost of what something costs to know, and then the cost of what it costs you not to know. So if you have a coaching program, Adam, and I reached out to you and I'm like, hey, you know, I wanted to check out your coaching program. You're like, well, listen, I want you to do me a favor. Grab a pen, grab a piece of paper. I want you to write down cost. There's two costs today. There's the cost of the training program, which is $25,000. And I'm going to teach you everything I know. I built a 9-figure business. Okay. So what do you get in return for $25,000? You get to know what I know. And I'm going to let you look under my skirt and show you how I built a 9-figure business. And all you're going to have to do is repeat it. Now I want you to write down what it costs you not to know. Now, if you're wanting to be a coach or you're in the sales industry, I want to ask you, what does the top 1% in your industry earn? They say $1 million. What are you making now? 100,000. It costs you 900,000 a year to not know what I can teach you for 25,000.
Boom.
So what cost do you want to pay? Yeah, I'll write the check for 25. Good call. You're a smart guy. I like that. By the way, there's no risk. The only risk would be you trying to do it on your own. And by the way, Adam, I want you to repeat this. Say, run the play.
Run the play.
Run the play, man. Listen, people call me all the time. They say, yeah, I'm having problems. Hey, I've been trying to work out on my own, but I want to gain muscle. I want to do this. I've been trying to build my own business, but listen to me. Run the play. What does that mean? That means this. If I'm running a play and I'm getting the results that you want, which is clearly why we're talking, you've ran your play. Your play's got you to what you want now, which isn't what you want. That's why we're talking. So you need to run a new play. Run the play. You're going to pay me to give you the play. And you're going to run it and it will work. That's all that matters. You want to pay and be guaranteed results. Is that correct? Run the play. Okay. What card do you want to put it on? We're going to run the play. You're not going to have to think anymore. We're going to run the play. I know the play. We're going to run it. See, I need you to understand this. When salespeople are talking to people, they need to say, hey guys, you know, we need to run the play. This is what people do when they're in your situation. And this is the play they run. I know the play. I talk to people every day. I see people that solve problems good and bad. I see people that try to solve problems with me that think they can do it on their own. And I want to tell you what happens to them. Okay. They end up coming back. It costs 3 times as much money to fix them trying to do it on their own. Or we can do it right, do it one time, save time, money, money, and energy. And we're going to run the play. And by the way, you're going to get what you want now, which is priceless.
Yeah.
Run the play. That's a good, you like that, run the play? It's a good one, dude. I love it. But so I've got this language and the way that I talk that a lot of people don't.
Yeah, that's right.
So if we could end on something, it would be this: be different, stand out, be unique, make connections that most people can't make, use different language. Okay. Be someone that whether you work for someone else or whether you run your own company, just do it differently from today forward. Just talk differently, be different. Dude, like that's it. Like that's the only way you're going to make it. In order to get noticed in a world of 9 billion people, you're going to need to be unique. You're going to need to be different. You're going to have to stand out. You're going to have to be able to make connections that other people can't think. And by the way, I want to say one more thing. Be a fucking artist. Be creative. Look, the way that I speak, the way that I'm talking to you right now on this podcast, I am literally, with the way I speak, the way that I talk, with the way I articulate my words, with the energy I express, with the way that I care, I am creating art. I'm creating art. This is a canvas and I'm fucking painting as I'm talking to you. You've done podcasts with a lot of people. They probably don't bring a lot of heat.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they're not creating any art. They're not creative. And that's why people won't know them. And that's why in this new market that is, will reward them with whatever you want. won't recognize them.
Right.
And so if I could bring anything to you and also to the people that, you know, you serve is to create art. Be willing to be different. Don't be afraid. I want to tell you this. If you stay the same, you're going to stay the same. You're going to be really disappointed with the results that you get and with what happens in your life. And by the way, you were completely capable the whole time. You just didn't create any art. You didn't do anything with your canvas. You're just fucking stroking the paintbrush like this. Bro, I'm fucking painting like this and shit. I'm tearing that shit up. Okay? Like that's it. Like make it art. When I get on stage, dude, I tear people's asses apart. I tell them, dude, if you get on your phone and when I'm talking to you guys and you even look at your phone, I will throw you through a fucking window. I swear to God, I will walk out in that audience and they're like, oh shit. And I'm like, dude, listen to me. You came here to fucking grow today, right? You came here to learn. Okay. Well, let's make sure that shit happens.
Yeah.
Okay. But sometimes I get crazy to get people's attention, because if you want people's attention, you got to demand it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. And by the way, listen, not everybody's going to like you. So let's just say when I get off this call, Adam, you get on your next coaching call and you're like, I'm going to bring the heat today. One guy's like, I don't like this, Adam. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Go back to sleep. Okay. I only bring this message for the 1%ers, the ones that want to win. I didn't deliver this for you because you were sleeping in this morning. You woke up and didn't feel like being a winner. Okay. So you go back to bed. I'll be here with you when you're ready, but I'm going to keep changing. If you don't like change, you don't want to follow me, because I'm going to change every fucking day. And if you think I change now, I'm just getting warmed up. Okay. Who knows what I'll do tomorrow? You know, and this right here is going to keep people like, dude, I like this guy. This guy at least is living his life, which is all they want to do. A lot of dead people walking around. They're looking for someone to follow, somebody that makes them feel alive. They're not going to like you at first, and eventually they'll be like, dude, you changed my life.
Yeah.
Okay. They just don't believe in themselves enough yet to believe that they're worth it. So you'll never out earn your own self-worth. You'll never out earn your own self-image. You don't think you're worth it, you ain't going to get it. So
Andy, thank you so much for your time, brother.
yeah, you bet, dude. Listen, whatever anybody needs, let's go. Follow me on official Andy Elliot on Instagram. Let's go. I know a lot of you guys are overseas. Jump in.